Hey guys, it's Mrs. Cutting here. I'm going to go over with you the cooldowns for lesson 14 and 15 and the summaries for lesson 14 and 15. So we'll start with the cooldown for lesson 14, which you should already have done before watching this video. First, it asks us what kind of polyhedron can be assembled from this net, and since it is made up of two rectangular bases, and rectangles going around the outside, it is a rectangular prism. And then it says find the surface area. Okay, so it is made up of rectangles, so all I need to do is find the area of each rectangle and add them together. So I started with my bases. This rectangle was 6, this rectangle was 6, so that part gives me 12. Then this rectangle was 4 times 3, so this was 12, and this was 12, so those together give me 24. And then this rectangle was 8, it was 4 times 2, and this rectangle was 8, and 8 plus 8 is 16, and when I add those together I get 52 square units. Then we have a little bit more complicated of a shape to find the surface area of. So this time we have 3 rectangles that are all different sizes and 2 triangles. So I'm going to start with my easy part. My rectangles are just base times height. So here my base is 10, my height is 5. 10 times 5 is 50. Here my base is 8, my height is 5. 8 times 5 is 40. And here my base is 6, my height is 5. 6 times 5 is 30. Well, then I have 2 triangles. They are right triangles. So this right here is going to be my 90-degree angle. So I'm going to use 8 as my base and 6 as my height. So I'm not using that slanted side because it's not making a 90-degree angle. And over here I also have 8 as my base and 6 as my height. And I need to remember that for triangles we divide by 2. So 8 times 6 is 48, divided by 2 is 24. And up here, same thing, 8 times 6 is 48, divided by 2 is 24. Then I add all my pieces, since the surface area is the area of all my surfaces. So 50 plus 40 plus 30 plus 24 plus 24, feel free to use a calculator, and that is 168 square units. Then it asks which polyhedra would it make if we were to fold it up. I immediately ruled out B and D, because those are not right triangles and these are right triangles. So then I just had to look at where my base and my height matched. So in my net, my base and my height came together to make that right angle, and my base and my height were 8 and 6. And this one had a base and a height coming together that were 8 and 6. So I picked C. Now we're just going to look at the summaries real quick. So the lesson 14 summary, you need to highlight what I highlight, but also listen. A net of a pyramid has one polygon that is the base. The rest of the polygons are triangles. A pentagonal pyramid and its net are shown here. So those pyramids, they just have one base. Triangles going around the outside. It folds up and makes that point at the top, that vertex. A net of a prism has 2 copies of the polygon that is its base, and the rest of the polygons are rectangles. A pentagonal prism and its net are shown here. I don't think I told you what page this is on. I'm on page 91. Sorry about that. So it has 2 bases that are both pentagons, and then rectangles going around the outside, and that's a prism. And then in a rectangular prism, there are 3 pairs of parallel and identical rectangles. Any pair of those can be the bases. So since in a rectangular prism they're all rectangles, I can choose these 2 as my bases, or these 2, or these 2. Okay, one last summary, page 97. I'll start by telling you the page this time. Goodness gracious. Our lesson 15 summary. The surface area of polyhedra is the sum of all the areas of all the faces. Because a net shows us all faces at once, it can help us find the surface area. We can find the areas of all the polygons in the net and add them. So I have this shape, my square pyramid, but when it's flattened out, it's a lot easier to see all the pieces. So it has a square here, which would be 6 times 6. So my square is 36. And then it has 4 triangles that each have a base of 6 and a height of 5. So this would be 6 times 5 is 30, divided by 2 is 15. So this piece is 15, and this piece is 15, and this piece is 15, and this piece is 15. 15 and 15 is 30. Another 30 makes 60, plus 36 gives us 96. All right, that's it. See you next time.